So after seeing the enjoyable eX-Driver series, I decided to take the plunge and go for the eX-Driver movie. I mean, how bad could it be? The series was a little flawed, yes, but a whole 60 minutes of girls, guns, and car chases? Cool! And cool is the best way to describe this movie, because would you believe it, instead of this movie simply cashing in on the eX-Driver franchise, the movie actually improved on the problems of the series. I'm not even joking here. All the flaws I pointed out in my review of the series are fixed in the movie. So eX-Driver the movie does pretty much what you expect it to do, and that is show Lisa, Lorna and Shuichi stop runaway automatic cars using their gasoline-powered cars, except this time they do it in the USA, where they are also competing in a race, especially for eX-Drivers. Hijinks ensues and some criminal activity goes on, and the eX-Drivers save the day. I know, it sounds very standard, and it is, but like the series, this movie is more character-driven, and here the characters and relationships are a lot more engaging and, dare I say it, convincing. Lisa has finally become the character she should have been in the series. Instead of being this total bitch whose pride gets in the way of her work all the time, she is now a passionate girl who does have flaws, but she actually realizes her flaws and actually learns from them. This isn't really a spoiler, but there is a part where she drives on the wrong side of the road. Instead of being a bitch and wishing everyone in America would drive on the other side of the road like they do in Japan, where Lisa is from, Lisa accepts the new system, then agrees with Lorna to be more careful. Oh my gosh, and Lisa's report with her teammates, especially with Shuichi, is so much more watchable and so much more pleasant. Yes, those two do have some fallouts here and there, but ultimately they work really well together instead of seeing each other as unnecessary rivals. The animation was surprisingly strong too. Come to think of it, the movie did have a low frame rate animation-wise, but whilst I was watching, I didn't really notice the low frame rate. The characters and sets were drawn well, and the animation was pretty smooth. Unfortunately, the movie did what I was fearing it would do, and it utilised 3D imagery for the cars, even though the series had its cars in 2D. Now, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but seeing 3D cars in a 2D world didn't have as much impact as seeing 2D on 2D. I guess that's actually a nitpick on my behalf, but still, 2D cars throughout would have been more to my taste. Finally, the English dub acting is miles better than the series voice acting. Even though the same voice actors were used, there was more energy, more emotion, and more fluidity. I don't know what happened behind the scenes in the voice acting department, but it worked. Whatever happened worked. I found myself actually believing in the voice acting this time around. All in all, eX-Driver the movie is an entertaining enough movie. It could have gone down that road of being a shameless cash grab and not have a great deal of effort put into it, but to my surprise, effort was put into it. There was effort in the writing, animation, and voice acting. Now, I can't deny that this movie is nothing special, but still, it could have been much, much worse. 3 stars out of 5.